Hello, I am Sarah Millican and welcome to episode 50, the big 50 of How to Be Champion Storytime. I just want to show you, because it's the big 50, I thought we could have a little bit of company today. Probably not for very long, but look who's here. Hello, Tuvok. Hello, look at you. He's waiting for treats. Always waiting for treats. So we are on episode 50 of who knows how many episodes. And this chapter, we're about to start the chapter Friendships. Let's get started. I've had many best friends in life. As a 9-year-old, I wrote about one of them in the Junior Hamster Club newsletter, my first published work. She was called Honey and sat in my hand. Another was just a piece of wool with a pretend dog on the end. When you get older, it's harder to make friends in general and damn near impossible to find a new best one. They've all been stuck together since tap class or primary school, or are best friends with their mum, which is weird. I made the grave error of having a husband and best friend who was one and the same. Huge mistake. When one leaves, they both do. It's tricky to say, hey, I know you don't love me anymore, but who will I moan to about work, dance at when I'm happy, and set the world to rights over a pot of tea and a box of fondant fancies? Oh, you don't care? Okay, thanks, bye. Never again. So post-divorce, I was on the lookout for some cock and a new best friend. Definitely separate things. I wasn't actively looking for the new best friend, wink. But in some small way, every conversation I had with a woman was a sort of audition. After making me laugh at a job that was slowly draining the life out of me, I have been best friends with Lizzie, Bezzy mates if you will, for 12 years, during which time we've both been through a fair amount. For me, the brokenness of a surprise divorce and the oddness of fame. For her, learning to walk again after an accident that left her paralysed. Not long after her accident, we were chatting and she asked how I was. I had a migraine, but I said to her, I'm never going to complain to you about such nothingy things. And she said, you have to be able to moan to me, otherwise how will we be friends? So while this amazing strong woman taught herself to walk, I continued to blether on about heavy periods and hard gigs and hopefully made her laugh too. She is the straightest, most honest person I know. She is the only person I'll call while in the bath. She is the person who told me I'd get used to the smell of dog shit. She is excellent for advice and for crying to and laughing with. Nowadays, our walks are slower as we have to pick up dog shit. I only retch at the poorly ones. Besides Lizzie and a core few friendship. I'm going to start this sentence again. Besides Lizzie and a core few, friendship is an interesting concept and one I'm struggling with a little at the more. Who are your friends? Are you as important to them as they are to you? Maybe they're further up your list than you are up their list. Is a friend someone you meet up with a lot because you always pay? Is a friend someone who comes round to your house but never invites you to theirs? Is a friend someone who has eaten your home-cooked food but you've never eaten theirs? Is a friend someone who comes to your wedding but doesn't invite you to their birthday party? Are they nice to you in case you can do something for them? I think a friend is someone who asks how you are and means it. Someone who checks in with you to make sure you're all right. Who texts you when you sound unhappy on Facebook. Who clambers on your knee when you're upset. That might just be the dog. I meet up with 4 glorious women in London when I'm down there. We have a long, chatty lunch and all go our separate ways. The last time we met up, there was a tube strike and torrential rain and the trains were all buggered. 3 battled the bloody tube strike and found alternative ways to get in. One was coming from Reading and her journey took twice as long as it should have. One couldn't get a bus as they were too rammed and not stopping, so walked for 50 minutes in the rain, which soaked through her trousers and meant she had to buy some leggings en route. She also had the lurgy, and I drove for 5 hours. We kept each other up to date on our arrival times, and then one sent this message. We must love each other very much to fight our way to each other like this. It made me do a little cry. Truth is, it hadn't occurred to any of us to turn around and go home. I'm not sure if it's age or the way things are at the moment, but a lot of my friends have stuff going on. Ill parents, no work, too much work, knackered from kids, knackered from work, relationship stuff. Maybe it's always been like this and we didn't share as much before, but now there's always a lot to chat through and listen to and maybe offer help with. I am a giver and a taker of this. Twice I've befriended a woman via the dislike of a third woman. The first was in a car on the way back from a gig in Crawley. I hadn't realised that getting a lift back to London means you get dropped off in Trafalgar Square. In Manchester, someone will drop you at your door, not at a major tourist attraction with no idea how to get back where you're staying. The comic who was driving dropped me and another comic, Juliet Myers, off at Trafalgar Square, but dropped the headliner off at their door. I was a bit lost. I didn't know how to get back to my sofa for the night at 1 a.m. Juliet showed me the night bus stands and helped me work out which one I needed, all while we were comically bitching about the other two. We've been great friends ever since. And that is the end of episode 50. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed a sweeping glimpse of my office and a tiny dog. Have a good rest of day. Take care of yourselves. Stay in the house. Wash your fucking hands. Lots of love. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.